The idea that the virus was engineered in a lab. You've probably heard this one, maybe even seen some pretty convincing-looking diagrams or leaked documents online. The theory usually points to a lab in Wuhan, China, suggesting the virus was either created as a bioweapon or accidentally escaped. Now, this is a serious claim, so scientists all over the world took it very seriously. They immediately got to work, sequencing the virus's genetic code, comparing it to other known coronaviruses, and tracing its evolutionary path. So, what did they find? The overwhelming consensus from the global scientific community is that the virus most likely has natural origins. When scientists looked at the virus's genetic makeup, they saw features that are classic signs of natural evolution. Think of it like a family tree. They can see how this virus is related to other coronaviruses found in animals, particularly bats. The way it jumped from animals to humans is a pattern we've seen before with other diseases, like SARS and MERS. It's a natural process, although a very unfortunate one. While the lab leak idea can't be 100% ruled out without complete transparency, the vast majority of evidence points towards nature, not a lab. Why did the lab leak theory get so much attention? Well, it's a compelling story. It offers a simple explanation for a complex, scary event. It gives us a clear villain, a specific place to point the finger. During a time of immense uncertainty and fear, having a simple narrative is comforting. It feels more controllable than the randomness of a natural event. Plus, let's be honest, it taps into our existing distrust of governments and powerful institutions. It's a story that fits neatly into a "they're not telling us everything" worldview, which can be very appealing. Next, let's talk about the theories surrounding the vaccines. These have been just as widespread. One of the most persistent was the idea that the vaccines contain microchips designed to track and control people. This often got linked to big names in tech, adding another layer to the story. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, right? But for this to be true, the technology would have to be incredibly advanced, far beyond anything we currently possess. We're talking about a chip small enough to pass through a hypodermic needle, powered wirelessly, and able to transmit data from inside your body. That technology simply doesn't exist yet. The reality of what's in the vaccines is far more, while scientific and a bit less exciting. The mRNA vaccines, for example, work by giving your cells a set of instructions, the mRNA to build a harmless piece of the virus's spike protein. Your immune system then recognizes this protein as foreign and learns to fight it off. It's like giving your body a training manual so it's ready for the real thing. The mRNA itself breaks down and disappears from your body very quickly. There are no electronics, no trackers, just biological instructions. The fear behind this theory likely comes from a misunderstanding of how this new mRNA technology works, combined with a general anxiety about what we put into our bodies. Another popular theory claimed that the pandemic was a plandemic, a pre-planned event by a secret group of global elites to gain power, enforce new social controls, or make a huge profit from vaccines. You might have seen videos referencing patents or event simulations that happened before 2020 as proof. It's true that public health organizations and governments do run simulations for potential pandemics. They've been doing it for decades. These are like fire drills. You practice for a disaster, hoping it never happens, but you want to be prepared if it does. Finding a plan for a hypothetical pandemic isn't proof of a conspiracy. It's proof of responsible planning. The appeal of the plandemic theory is similar to the lab leak one. It gives a chaotic, frightening situation a sense of order. It suggests that this wasn't random, but orchestrated by powerful people. For some, believing in a powerful, evil group is less scary than believing in a random, chaotic universe where a tiny virus can bring the world to its knees. It turns a faceless threat into a specific enemy you can be angry at. It provides a target for frustration and fear, which can feel empowering in a powerless situation. Then there's the 5G connection. Let's break this down with basic biology and physics. A virus is a biological entity. It can't travel on radio waves. That's just not how viruses or radio waves work. They are fundamentally different things. Viruses need a host like a person to replicate and spread, usually through droplets from coughs and sneezes. Radio waves are part of the electromagnetic spectrum, just like visible light and Wi-Fi signals. There is no scientific mechanism by which 5G could create a virus or weaken your immune system in a way that would cause these symptoms. The correlation was purely coincidental. 5G was being rolled out in many cities at the same time the pandemic was starting. It's a classic case of confusing correlation with causation. So, why do these theories persist, even when faced with so much scientific evidence to the contrary? A big part of it is the way we get our information today. We live in echo chambers. Social media algorithms are designed to show us more of what we already like and engage with. If you click on one conspiracy video, the platform will suggest more. Soon, your entire feed can be filled with content that confirms this one belief, making it seem like it's the dominant, obvious truth. It creates a powerful confirmation bias, where we seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms what we already think. Distrust is another huge factor. Trust in media, governments, and scientific institutions has been eroding for years. When people feel like they're being lied to by the authorities, they're more likely to turn to alternative sources for answers. Conspiracy theories offer those answers, often in a very confident and appealing way. They speak to a feeling that the official story is a cover-up, and that by believing the theory, you're one of the few who knows the real truth. It's also important to remember the emotional toll of the pandemic. We've all been through a lot of stress, anxiety, and grief. In times of high stress, our critical thinking skills can take a hit. We're more susceptible to misinformation because we're desperate for answers and a sense of control. Conspiracy theories provide simple answers to very complex and scary questions. They offer a target for our anger and fear. It's a psychological coping mechanism. If you're ever feeling overwhelmed by all this, or if you're worried about a friend or family member who's gone down the rabbit hole, it's important to approach the situation with empathy. Arguing or presenting facts aggressively usually doesn't work. It can actually make people double down on their beliefs. Instead, try to understand where they're coming from. Ask open-ended questions. What are their underlying fears? What sources are they trusting and why? Fostering a genuine conversation is more effective than starting a debate. And remember, if you're struggling with anxiety or stress from everything that's happened, it's okay to seek help. Talking to a mental health professional can provide you with tools to manage these feelings. It's a sign of strength, not weakness, to take care of your mental well-being. The world of information is tricky to navigate, but by sticking to credible sources, thinking critically about what we see online, and leading with empathy, we can get through the confusion together. Thanks so much for watching today. If you found this helpful, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive. See you in the next one.